In today's video, I'm going to show you how to start tracking your macros.
Is getting heavy. I can feel the weight. The pressure of success is like 100 million pounds.
Thanks for tuning in, everyone. My name is Jason Carver. I've been tracking my macros for about 7 years now. What tracking your macros means is instead of eating the same meals day after day and being in a cookie cutter meal plan, it allows you a lot more variety to plug in foods that you want to eat instead of foods that you think are healthy. So essentially what we're doing is we're tracking our macros by using a food app or a journal. So I broke this down to a few steps. Now, step number 1 is you have to figure out how many calories you should be consuming. Now that's going to vary person to person depending on your energy expenditure, how old you are, how long you've been working out, how much muscle, yada, yada, yada. Now there's a couple ways that you can go about that. The most accurate way to go about it is downloading an app like MyFitnessPal or having a food journal and just tracking what you consume for like 3 to 5 days. And then you just take an average and boom, you have your average calories that you consume each day. I would suggest doing days like part of the weekend and part of the work week because most people consume more during the weekend. So something like doing Thursday, Friday, Saturday, and then you have your 3 days right there. But you're probably not looking to do that. So you want something right now. Now, what you can do is you can just search on the internet macro calculators, and I'll show you which one I use. We're going to jump into the phone in a second, and I'll walk you through that process. Now, step number 2, if you're looking to maintain your body weight, we'll keep our calories the same. If you're looking to lose weight, we're going to subtract 250 to 500 calories. And if you're looking to gain weight, we're going to add 250 to 500 calories in there each day. Step number 3, we got to set up our protein, fats, carbs, and even fiber too. I'm going to add that one in there. So your protein should be about 10 to 35% of the total calories you consume. Your carbohydrates are going to be about 45 to 65%, and your fat intake is going to be about 20 to 35%. That's for most people. Some people might be a little less, some people might be a little bit more, but don't stray too far outside of there. Now, the additional one that we're going to add in there is fiber. So we should be getting about 25 to 30 grams of fiber. Now, you might be saying, why do we need that fiber goal? You don't want to be one of those people that's using flexible dieting or tracking your macros to just fit as much junk food as you can into your diet. Now, you can have it there in moderation. That's what it's there for. But we need a fiber goal. You don't want to just be pounding protein shakes and eating Snicker bars to hit your calories. That's not healthy. And at the end of the day, we're just trying to be healthier, right? Not just lose weight or gain weight. Now I'm going to jump into the phone and I'm going to show you how to set everything up. Now I use MyFitnessPal, so that's what we're going to be going through today. Let's get it. All right, now that we're in the phone, what we're going to do is open up our internet browser. We'll just go to Google, type in macronutrient calculator. And we could choose any of these. I'm going to go to this one at bodybuilding.com. Scroll down. We'll just enter in our statistics here. Now it's going to give us our recommended amount. Some might be a little bit more, some might be a little less, but that's just where trial and error is going to come into place. Just got to plug it in, see what works best for you. So we're going to take those numbers and then head over to MyFitnessPal, and we'll get those numbers as close as possible in there. So let's head over. Go to that app. Wait for that to load. We're going to click on the menu bar at the top. And then what you're going to do, after you set up your account and everything, you're going to go to Goals. Make sure all this information on the top is correct. And then under Nutrition Goals, we're going to click on that. And then this is where you're going to set up your calories. Now, they don't have to be perfect to what the macro calculator was suggesting, but just get them as close as possible. this is what I have set up right now. I'm not a calorie beast. I can't eat a ton of food, but 2,800 calories is pretty good for me. The macro calculator had it a little bit higher, but I've been doing this for a while. I know that I can't consume that many calories without just adding on body fat at that point. So it is going to be a little bit of adjusting for you, but that's where just the experience and doing this for a long time comes into play. Now, the way this works, if you needed to adjust your calories, you would just click on, say, carbohydrates, and now you can change your percentages here. Now, the only thing is you have to make sure that they add up to 100 at the bottom. I'm just going to put those back where they were, and we'll exit out of that. Now, lastly, to start tracking your calories, what we're going to do is hit that menu bar again. We are now going to go to diary. And this is where we can log our food. With macro tracking, the way it works, if you eat it or drink it, it's going to get logged into MyFitnessPal. I'm going to show you how to start tracking a couple meals here. So if we just click on the add food button, and then I like to do the multi-add, and then now you can add multiple foods in there. Now you do want to have a food scale so that you're measuring things correctly. So we go egg whites, what I had for breakfast. Bread. I had coffee, which coffee doesn't really have calories, so I'm not going to log that, but I am going to log the creamer. And there we go, hit the check mark. And then now you have your macros for meal one. So we can see it was 438 calories. If we scroll to the bottom, we hit the nutrition tab. We can see that meal was 38 grams of protein, 44 grams of carbs, 10 fat, and 2 grams of fiber. So I need to step my fiber game up later. If we hit the macros, it'll give you a percentage breakdown on that meal. Go back to nutrients. Now we can see we have our protein there. We have 174 grams left. 273 grams of carbohydrates left and 68 grams of fat left. So that's how you get started tracking your macros. Now the main thing with this is you just have to be consistent. Now we're gonna get out of the phone. If you like this video, please leave a like and consider subscribing. If you have any questions about tracking your macros, just leave them in the comments below and I'll get back to you right away. Have a blessed day and I'll see you in the next one. Peace. Smile more when I see